So we got the account back. My Google ads are back on my YouTube channel. You probably seeing them, they're back on. I'm going to tell you how I got my Google AdSense account back. But first, I want to tell you what I've learned from getting my channel demonetized for 7 days. After having my Google AdSense for like 13 years, okay? I've had my channel for about 14 years. So we're going to get into all of this on what I've learned, and I'm also going to tell you how I got my account back. So let's get into it. What I've learned, I had to write down some things. I didn't want to miss nothing. I was sitting here and I wanted to let you guys know, I mentioned to you guys in my last video, if you have not yet seen, I'll leave it somewhere around here or, somewhere down below so you can check it out. But what I've learned first, before I give you my lessons, I was frustrated. It took me about 3 videos to get right. Because the first video that I did, I almost cried in the video. Because I couldn't understand when you didn't do anything wrong. Like, I didn't have any bots. I didn't buy any bots. I didn't do nothing wrong. And even when I tell you what I did to get my account back, I still didn't do anything wrong. It was pretty much them doing their checks and balance, and I got flagged. So you flag me and you just, go from there. But we're going to get into more depth. I don't want to jump the gun. But by me being frustrated, being confused, and, I'm already feeling like, I have created, you can't see them all, but I've created over 2,000 videos in my years, okay? People that's longer than me on YouTube may not even have created that many videos, and this is including shorts and long form video. I've created a lot of content throughout my years, okay? And, I've never got flagged on any of my videos. And so it's just like, it hurt me. And even though, I would do this without being paid, because again, YouTube does not fund my lifestyle. What I get from YouTube helps fund, like me paying for Canva. For those of you who know who Canva, help with thumbnails. If you know about Opus Clips, it helps with shorts when you're doing like talking head videos like this. Vlogs, it doesn't really work for. And like I pay for my email so I can have a business email. That's what this pays for, at the end of the day. And my makeup, when I was doing makeup videos, if I want to buy makeup, I want to buy clothes and do a haul. That's what that money did to keep things just flowing, So it was definitely hurtful when the channel got demonetized. I just couldn't understand. But what I've learned, what Kelly has learned from this process, my first thing is never rely on one platform. And this is for my content creators. And even if you're not a content creator, even if you have a job, never rely on one source of income. I'm an empath. And what I thought about was those people who created, those creators who this is their full-time job. I couldn't have imagined losing 7 days worth of pay, even from my day job, because I have PTO, or, if I go out on a surgery, it's FMLA, you still getting paid. I couldn't imagine. And it like woke me up. It really, really woke me up. It's like, you know what? If you just rely on Google AdSense and you're not getting like sponsorships, or you're not doing affiliate linking, or you're not selling a course, now I understand why some content creators are doing so much and making courses and doing this and doing that, because you have to make sure you are safe in this arena. And that's even like in the workplace. It has made me think we are all dispensable at these jobs. You just never know. So it just made me look from a different lens. Protect your peace at all costs. During this process, even though I had said I was going to throw it up to the air, to the universe, and just let the chips fall where they may, it kind of did take my peace away from me. I was thinking about it non-stop. And I was like, I have to protect my peace because I cannot let this bring me down, because I can't control what YouTube is doing, what a system is doing, because some things may be robotic, being viewed. Some things may have a human touch to it. Control what you can, not what you can. And it took my peace away from me for about 7 days. Because I took my lunch break and I went to a bank just to get a form so I can upload it to identify who I am. Nuts. And my last lesson was sometimes having this pause that I did have was a blessing. Because what this blessing showed me was what I mentioned before. Protect your peace and don't put all your eggs in one basket. And it also let me realize that I play small. I play small. And I hope this resonates with somebody, because I want you to know, don't play small no more. And that's where I am right now. If I'm going to sit and do this, it took me 14 years for me to sit and realize, oh, we're going to snatch something away from you. Not because you were doing bad, because paperwork was kind of a little fuzzy. A little fuzzy. So we're going to snatch something from you. The pause was a blessing. I did not get no AdSense for 7 days. Now it's back up. You see, the stuff coming, but think about it. This last video I did, for those of you who watch me, I normally range from 200 to 300 in my views, roughly around there. That's how it's been for years. And I'm okay with that because I just enjoy doing this, right? I wasn't monetized for 7 days. My video is almost at 9,000. Make it make sense. If this video can get pushed out to so many different people that I don't even know, and I want to say thank you for all of you beautiful women that have joined our lovely community. I am so happy that you are here because we have fun over here. It just made me think, my own subscribers don't even see my video, but now I have almost 300 more new subscribers that are here due to that one video that wasn't monetized, but it got reach. That makes you think. It made me think. And maybe I'm reaching, but it just made me realize that, you know what? I was playing small and I'm not playing small anymore. And you guys know I do have a podcast, and I love this here. This here right here, we're not going anywhere. I'm really going to put my foot in the podcast arena. I love to talk. And I love to share. And I love to, speak to women over 40 the way that I wish I was poured into. Like the way I wish I would have been poured into. I had to figure out a few things on my own. And not that I wasn't told certain things. A lot of things I just didn't want to listen to, being in that delusional world. And the patriarch system and the social norms and all the different things. I'm just being very transparent. But where I am at now, I'm in a good place. I was telling a girlfriend of mine that, we all evolve and we all change from different ages. And sometimes you wish you were closer to people so they can experience you at a different time in your life, And if you don't change, you're never going to grow. Change is always good. And I expect everybody to change. I know I'm going left and I'm mirroring off. That's just the chatterbox in me. But let me tell you what I did. So how I got my channel back after I got off that video that I did, and that was on a that was like sometime, I think that was a Monday, so maybe that Thursday I did that video. So Monday that happened. Monday I tried to do a video and I was just almost in tears. I still have the video. I may stop right here and upload it, and then I'll come back. I may. If you see the break, then you know I did it. But I almost cried in that video. It's like that's why accusing of something you didn't do. You know what I mean? So I just didn't give up. So what I did was I had found the email that they actually sent me, and I read it some more. And then I read it when I put it in my community tab so you guys can see it. It said about the countries, invalid traffic, or policies. So it was never like I did all three. Once I read it, it said these could be the possible reasons that could have happened to your channel. YouTube, just tell me what I did. Just tell me what I did. So I tried to do the appeal. They told me no because I was under investigation. For another form, they told me no. Didn't work out. So I had to go back and find the email that they had sent me a while back. Now I was getting some emails from people trying to fish me, send me like these bad emails that I would click on the link and they would probably take over my account, whatever the case may be, right? And I didn't open it. I didn't want to be bothered with it. But it was one email that I did get that was real. They wanted me to verify my account. For whatever reason, verify my account. And I watched a couple of YouTube videos trying to like figure out what they were talking about. I ignored it. Bada bing, bada boom. Ignored it. June 2nd, 5 something in the morning, the email had came through and I happened to see it the next day. Well, that morning. And they told me that. So what I did, fast forward, I didn't give up. So I kept reading the email over and over until I saw all the little things that I missed from reading it out of frustration, anger, and everything like that. Then I started clicking on the hyperlinks to go to read each policy, to read why this happened, to fix certain things. So I knew I couldn't fix the invalid traffic. I couldn't fix the country. So I kept focusing on the policy. What did I screw up on in the policy? So when I hit it, it kept saying tax, identify yourself. And I said, I got an email a while back about identifying myself. Let me go back to this email. I tell you, I would not give up. I was over the weekend, last weekend, I was in a pickle. I was in a pickle. So I kept going back, reading. They had these little highlight areas. I'm just reading, trying to just like comprehend this. And I let my anger and my frustration block certain things. When you're angry, you ain't trying to pick up all the words. You're just trying to pick up, where does it say what to do? That's what I was doing. So once I got past all of that, I said, Kelly, go back to that email. I went back to that email where I went and I verified myself. They wrote back in like maybe a couple of hours. Thank you for identifying yourself. Thank you, but we want to know about that bank account that you got. I'm like, bank account? So I said, I ain't fooling with them. They didn't get my bank account. Now I'm back to reading some more. So now it says to verify yourself, click this link. I clicked the link. I said, wait a minute. This form looked like the form that they sent me from over there. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Some of y'all know I've moved. I'm in a new house, right? 3 years I've been here. I had my old address on some of my tax forms. Then on my tax forms, I had my new address. Then on another form, I had my P.O. box. Then on my bank account, I had, what address did I have? I had, oh, the P.O. box moved. My P.O. box, they changed their address. That's what happened. So now I'm in there. I went to the W-9, changed the address, made it all sync. I went to when you go into Google AdSense, they have a thing called Google Pay payments. So they can verify everything. I had to go in there and change that. The W-9, the Google payment. Then I had to do, it was one more thing I had to do. It was 3 things I had to do. Then I had to attach the bank information that I got. And I had to give proof of who I am. Do you know within 2 hours, I thought it started changing? I didn't get nothing yet. I happened to be on watching some YouTube, trying to decompress. I had came home. I was kind of antsy. And as soon as I sat down, I just went right in and I started uploading everything, changing everything, just reading, just trying to get everything right. I said, okay, I see what this can possibly be. Didn't think it was going to work. I said, you know what? I'm throwing it up at this point. I did what I could do. So I'm sitting there and I'm just, watching my YouTube, just getting my evening routine on. And then something said, this is going to your YouTube channel. I went on my back end and I saw that my earn tab was back. Now I see dollar signs next to my stuff. The first thing I did, y'all know who AimKeliB is. AimKeliB is a friend of mine. Go follow my sis. I called her and I said, Keita, I need you to do me a favor. I'm scared to even touch a video because they already had said that in the invalid traffic, it could have been my followers, it could have been me, or it could have been bots. I would rather it be a follower than it be me. So she went on there and she sent me a screenshot. She was like, it's there. You got your ads back. And I was like, I just submitted the form about 2 hours ago. So I went on to my Google AdSense. Everything was looking good. I still had some red banners up there. I still had caution signs, red tape. Everything was up there. But you can see that everything was kind of like getting reinstated. So later on, I just let it go. I didn't touch nothing. I didn't do anything. The next day, I get an email saying, thank you for submitting the requested documents. Your account has been verified and your Google AdSense has been reinstated. Lesson, make sure all of your information, if you are a content creator and you are getting Google AdSense, some people are out here getting $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month, $2,000, $3,000, whatever it is. Make sure your back end is where it needs to be because you do not want to be without, if you're getting that kind of money, you do not want to be without for 7 days. You don't want to be out for 7 days. I'm telling you. So just go in for good measure and to just assure that everything is good. Go update your W-9. Make sure your Google Payments is in order. And it's another it's 3 areas you got to fix to make sure everything is in sync. If you change your bank account, that's another thing. In the Google AdSense, you click that, your Google Payments, make sure whatever that bank is, that address of that bank is matching whatever's on your bank statements. I'm telling you, they are looking at everything. They're looking at everything because I genuinely want to get, YouTube is my baby. It's my baby. But I've played the long game with YouTube and I feel like I self-sabotage. I'm not being hard on myself. So don't take that. I feel like I just don't play big. I really don't. And I know YouTube is a consistency game. It's like anything like TikTok, Instagram, even being a blogger, and even me being a podcaster. Ladies, and if you're not following, go to my podcast channel, follow. And if not, go to iTunes, Apple Podcasts, or go to Spotify. We age graceful. We gonna get it going, y'all. We're not playing safe no more. This was a wake up call. This was a real big wake up call. And I sit back and think, if this was my bread and butter, how would I feel? How would I feel? So, in saying all of that, I want to say thank you. Thank you again to each and every one of you. And I hope for those of you who have joined me, who have came in, that you go check out my catalog of videos. We still going to be vlogging over here. We're going to be having a good time and all the things because, this is your girl last year in her 40s. I turned 49 in 2 weeks. No, a week and a half. No, 2 weeks. 2 weeks. I turned 49. So we're going to be doing so many different things. For those of you ladies who are not quite 40 yet, for those of you who are in your 40s, those of you who are in your 50s, 60s, 70s, and beyond, I'm going to be taking you on a journey with me as I enjoy. And I want to inspire you to enjoy your life while you are in, your midlife or wherever you might be. Just enjoy your life. You have one life to live. You've been living by the rules for so many years. Now it's time to live by your own rules. And again, I just want to say thank you. And I appreciate each and every one of you. And thank you for being a good support system through these last 7 days. So let's all play big. We all learned some lessons here, especially I. And I will catch you in the next video.